Welcome to this video on how to scan documents using Showbie. So I found that given the social distancing, I've got paper mocks excuse me, to give back to students, but as I cannot physically contact or get in touch with the students physically to give them their mocks, I need to scan these in. Now I could scan these in using a traditional scanner, but I'd still have to PDF them and put them onto Showbie to give back to students. But I found using the Showbie document scanner is a lot of an easier way to do it. So one thing I found with the document scanner is you do need to have the iPad nice and stable, and you do need a neutral background. So for example, I have got my iPad on a table, and one thing to check to make sure it is suitable height is to get the camera on, put a piece of paper on. Can you fit a full piece of A4 paper under there and have it in the view? Yes, you can. One thing as well that is nice and helpful is to have a nice neutral background, because that allows it to get the full rectangle away from the background and quickly scan the page. Now that's one way to do it with the table, or you could go fancy and you could go in for one of these holders that just clamps onto surfaces. Here I've got it clamped on the shoe rack, and it just allows, it's like a lamp stand, and it allows you to hold on an iPad above objects. Now you could use that from Amazon, but if you haven't got that, the better way to do it is just a table like this, and you can see my document is below like that. Okay. So let's have a look at how you do it. So let's zoom in here. So I've got the iPad open. Let's go into Showbie. So Showbie, bring it up. I'm just going to go into shared items and plus, and you can see that one of the options is scan document. Okay, so once you've got that set up, and you've got your sheet set up and sheet underneath, I'll just show you how quick it is. So if we go into scan document, now don't have a sheet of paper there when you initially open scan document, because it will auto recognize very quickly. So alter it so that you've got a nice green, it's nice matte colour background like that, and literally place the document underneath. Now I found sometimes that there is a focus goes a little bit funny, so just move it so that the iPad can start focusing, and you can see, just check that it's focused, and you see as soon as you put it down it recognises the full rectangle, and as soon as it's done that, that is now scanned. Okay, let's have a look. Now it's worth checking, so you see sometimes there's issues with focusing, and you can usually retake that, but there is the option to retake. So if I do a retake, now I'm not sure why the iPad does this. Sometimes you can see there's lovely focus. So we do that, scan the document. Let's have a look at the quality. So you can see that's pretty good quality on the scan. Okay, let me zoom in so you can see the quality. Okay, so the quality on the scan there is very good. Okay, so it's important, you can tell usually, if I just show you an example. So once I've done that, I can press done. So you can usually tell that it's going to focus. Sometimes it does, sometimes, so you can see that's not a bad focus. But if I go on to this one, sometimes you can see it doesn't focus. But most of the time I found it does, and if you do get the odd one that's not focused, you can always go back through the list. So let me just show you on speed. So I can chuck that in there. It's done. Chuck another one in. That's done. Turn it over. Chuck another one in. And that's done. Let's, for instance, just throw one in. And that's nicely done. So literally, and you can see if I just zoom out, you can see I've got my page like that, and you can see how fast it's just taking the pictures. It's just repeatedly going. And I'm just going to show you an interesting thing here. If you keep going, you can do a maximum. You can see here that it's on 11 pages. You've got a maximum of 24 before it runs. Then it'll ask you that you have to save and then start a new document, but a max of 24 is not a bad number. Let's zoom in again. So you can see that's just recognising. You can see this nice blue square. I'm not sure if you can see quite on the camera. So when I put a page underneath, it tries. So like this, you can see it's trying to find the outline of the page, and it doesn't matter what angle you put the page at. Now if you do it off the edge of the screen, it struggles because it can't find the corners. If you have something that's really strange and you want to scan it, you can go to manual mode. Now manual mode will not take a picture. When it finds it, you can start altering. So you can press the button. It will then say where it thinks the corners are, and you can alter it. So say you only want that bit. You can move the corners in, keep scan, and that will bring it in like that. Or you can go back to auto. Now I found auto is quite a good way to do it. You just throw the page in, make sure it's in the view, throw it in, and assuming it's in focus, you can just keep throwing the pages in, just like that. And that's very, very easy. And I'll just show you the message when it gets to the limit. There's just a few more pages. Keep going. Now it's getting near. It goes to 24, and then it will get to the limit. Okay, so you see now you get the error message that the maximum has been reached. But all you need to do is press OK on that. And if we zoom out a little bit, press the save button down here. It'll then do a little bit of thinking. Comes up with a lovely message like this. Do you want to add them as individual items, or do you want to add them as a document? Now I generally go for a document. If you go to individual items, it will do 24 individual pages. But if you add as a document, it will start the upload procedure. So you can see it starting the upload here. Zoom out a little bit. Just like that. And it does take a bit of time to upload 24 pages. I have found occasionally if you're on a slow upload so that it does time out, but it usually gives you the option to retry. So we'll just give that a few seconds. We'll pause while that's done, and then once that's done we will have a look at the quality. As you can see, it's just nearly finishing now. So it's finishing now. And once it's uploaded, if we just look here, it should in momentarily pop up there at the top of the list. There we go. And if we open the document up, we can see, we can zoom in as normal, and you can see some of them come out a little bit blurred, but others come out nice and crisp. And considering the speed and the ease of doing it, it's very quick, very easy to get lots of pages done in next to no time. Okay, obviously if you zoom in a bit better, you can get a little bit better quality, but that is an adequate quality for a scan. And some old scanners will probably do a worse job than that as well. And as normal, you can annotate and do all the normal things you'd expect to do in Showbie. Right, thank you for listening.